Hello guys, welcome to Salesforce Drillers. In our previous session we have discussed about Docker, that what is Docker and how we can install Docker and how we can run containers, build our own custom images and all those things. So if you guys are new to the Salesforce Drillers and want to learn about Docker, so you can refer to those videos. Now in this session we will discuss about Prometheus, Grafana and Alertmanager. So guys, this is a application monitoring tool that is used nowadays in most of the industries, and I can see it is trending nowadays. There are some very similar tools like Nagios, so those tools are also used but not that much. There are some industries that are still using Nagios, but now Prometheus, Grafana and Alertmanager, they are in trend. So if you are a DevOps, then you should, if you are having knowledge of Nagios, then it is very good. But you should also have knowledge on Prometheus, Grafana and Alertmanager, because it will be a plus point for you. So all the things about Prometheus, Grafana and Alertmanager are mentioned in the Salesforce Drillers website. So you guys can refer the documentation mentioned here, so as you can see. So let us start discussing with Prometheus. So guys, Prometheus is an open source monitoring tool that was built at SoundCloud. So the question arises, Prometheus is a monitoring tool, but how it monitors the application? So guys, suppose you have your application is running on Spring Boot Java. Okay, so there are some dependencies of Prometheus that are needed to be added in the application code. So don't worry if you are thinking that we are DevOps, we do not know Java, so how we will add the particular dependencies. No worries, because those dependencies are added by the developer. So after adding the dependencies, your application will start exposing its metrics at a certain point, or I can say at a certain URL, and that particular endpoint, or I can say URL, will be given by the developer itself, that my application will expose its metrics at this particular endpoint. So we have to just configure the Prometheus file, that is prometheus.yaml. Now what is prometheus.yaml and where we will find it, that we will discuss in our further session. So you have to configure that particular prometheus.yaml file, and you have to mention the URL, or I can say the endpoint. It could be the server name, IP, and along with the path, that at which path your application is exposing your metrics. You have to define all those things in the prometheus.yaml file, and when you will go to the Prometheus dashboard, you will find that your application is running over there, or I can say you will just see that whether your application is running there or not. If your application is running, so at the Prometheus you will see its value 1, and if your application is down, then there it will show you the value 0. So all these things are only possible by adding the Prometheus dependencies in the code file that are added by the developer. So don't worry if you do not know any language like Java and all, so no worries. Not only in Java, Prometheus dependencies can be added in Node.js, in Python, in any language. So that's what Prometheus is. Now what is Grafana? Grafana creates the graphs of your application based on the Prometheus query, and it will show you the graphical representation in the form of dashboards. That's why it is called Grafana. What is Alertmanager? Alertmanager will manage the alerts, and as soon as it will find that an application is down, it will send you the alerts. So that is how Prometheus, Grafana and Alertmanager works. So this was the introduction of 3 of them. So in our next video we will see how we can install Prometheus and how we can configure the YAML file. So thank you guys and happy learning.